I think it's time to move on to one of my, I've been thinking about this lolcow here recently. I was like, I wonder what Herobrine1 has been up to. He's one of the most ridiculous people I've ever come across, and he's one of the lolcows with actual common sense. Like, I never see, like, a lolcow that will actually run away. To be honest with you guys, when I did my Little Oxy video compared to my Herobrine video, I thought Little Oxy was going to be the person who fled, who just ran off into the sunset and we never seen again. But he's an actual fighter. Little Oxy has made 3 channels since he has messed up time and time again. And do you want to know why he keeps messing? Little Oxy has lost 3 channels for making songs threatening to But here we are with Herobrine1. Herobrine1, if you guys don't know who he is, it was one of the first people I did a lolcow documentary on, and he was just so strange. Herobrine1 is 35 years old. You might not know it by looking at him because he appears to be like 22 or 23, but his mom has literally confirmed that this guy is 35 years old. I might be, it's been a minute since I watched or remembered, so I might be a little overboard, but he's in his 30s, right? So his mom says he's 35, he stays at home, he drinks all of her alcohol, and he thinks he's like some kind of devil spirit man. Exactly like Jupiter the Hybrid. One of the craziest videos I've ever seen is him like dead staring into the camera, like as big as his eyes could be, right? Just looking into it and being like, yesterday I went to see my dad in the afterlife and we went and got ice cream, and he just goes on to tell this casual story. And at first, guys, I'm not the worst person, you can say, from the lolcow content, but like, I was like, man, I kind of feel bad for this guy a little bit. Like, he's thinking about going and seeing his father who is deceased in the afterlife. I'm like, bro, this is rough over here. But then I discovered that his father was setting him up with his sister, with his stepsister, and I'm like, whoa, wait a second, this isn't a good guy, and he's trying to do, so. And then I discovered that Herobrine1 is also like texting 15-year-olds and grooming them. I'm like, whoa, alright, this is a guy that is video worthy. So he has to accept your follow for you to view his content, but he's been going live again, guys, and I can tell you, another video on this guy is coming really soon. So Herobrine1 is in a library right now getting interviewed by like 5 or 6 people. We have watched a little bit of this in the documentary I made about him, but we haven't watched nearly enough of it. When I was just previewing this a little bit, I was like, oh man, I can't believe I forgot about Herobrine. And I think you guys will like to see Herobrine too. He's just a crazy dude in general.
The secret society of goat people are freaky.
Right off the rip.
I'm definitely hiding from them. All they do is follow me around and start worshiping me.
Herobrine, would you rather have $1 million or a big ass?
Or 1,000,000 beers?
Think about how nasty you have to be to think that a bunch of goat people are following you around. In media, it's very common for like pigs and things like that to be the evil character. How gross do you have to be for your delusions to be having goats following you around? And this is off the rip. Do you guys see how wide his eyes get? And then he's just like, these goat people are following me around. Bro, Herobrine1, you need to make far more videos. We do not get enough of this. He is a treasure.
Let's freaking go.
Or 1 million beers.
Oh. If I had 1 million beers, I could resell them and make $4 million.
Honestly, that's
I cannot
Well, actually, if I sell each beer at a football rally, if I have 1 million beers, I'm at.
So if you guys didn't hear what Herobrine1 was saying, he said that a bunch of goat people are following you around. And I was just like, if a bunch of goat people are following you around, Herobrine, it's due to how nasty you are.
$10 or $11, I can double the profit even more.
The one time not enjoying alcohol will benefit you. Herobrine's like, I don't care how many beers I get. You know, he likes vodka, guys. He's a vodka man. So if you just throw some piss water at him, Herobrine isn't gonna drink that garbage. Dude doesn't want to get a job, but he knows like the value of reselling. It just doesn't make sense.
L costs $15. So
I know, they're so overpriced.
Herobrine, how would you?
Yeah, how would you convince people to buy beer for $4?
Oh, it's
Okay.
Yeah, it is
I would
acidity.
have a liquid nitrogen heat extractor, cooling the beers to be at perfect beer temperature. And I would make sure the beers could never go flat by having a carbonation device beside me, so if the beers were in a glass, I would constantly recarbonate those beers.
Dude, that's literally so smart. I don't know why people don't do that.
Why would that laugh? Does he remind me of like a makeshift Dexter's Laboratory villain, bro? Like I could definitely see him standing right next to Darman as a henchman or something.
Manny
pretty sure
asks,
it's a dude.
Brian, what's your type?
Yeah, what's your type?
I don't want to touch my mom.
Do you have to touch her
Could
to
be
use your
luxury.
powers on
It
her?
could be.
Yeah, I have to make physical contact.
But you rub her feet every night.
I have to make physical contact with their neck.
Oh,
That's freaky out skills.
Yeah.
Muff
I
Daddy
have to
asks,
go like
do you like
I
tacos or
can
burritos?
control people if I take my hand and I put it on their neck like this, in the two pressure points right here, and then I can control their body.
Could you imagine, like Herobrine1, like, walking up behind somebody, like, trying to control their body? And this guy is so weird. Like, I actually think he believes it. He just wants to run up behind people and grab them by the back of the neck. Herobrine1 always gets me. I remember there used to be this kid at our school who everyone was like, he was like 2 years below my grade, but kids would, like, throw things at the back of his neck, right? Because it would twitch uncontrollably, and I'm pretty sure for some reason this just reminds me of that.
I can control their body. I can force them to get down on the ground and make them move.
That's insane. That's kind of freaky.
I did it to my sister.
Muff Daddy said, do you like that?
What? You know, guys, I now this is just off memory. I told you guys about his stepdad setting him up with his stepsister. I don't think I ever remember Herobrine mentioning a real sister throughout any of that. So, this is far worse than what he's even letting on. First off, you shouldn't be grappling your sister from behind around the neck and pushing her to the ground. What's wrong with you, Herobrine? But then, we also gotta remember what I mentioned earlier, and I'm just getting this now. I'm realizing it too. Like, what the f you saying, bro? Like, what the hell, bro?
My sister was like, she was punching me and hitting me, so I was like, enough. I just grabbed her and moved her over to the side.
Have you guys
She's
ever
pregnant.
played Jedi Fallen Order? At the very end of the game, no spoilers, but no duh, you don't beat Darth Vader at the end of Jedi Fallen Order. This person you've been with the entire game, she's like a Jedi too. She like runs at Darth Vader and he just like flicks her away with his hand. That's exactly how I'm imagining Herobrine1 in this situation. His sister is just piecing him up, and his delusions, he's just flicking her away like Brawl, like when Brandon Brutal was like screaming I'm Brawly at his dad. Herobrine1 makes for the best thumbnails. Guys.
Felt bad.
Oh, that's
Herobrine, are you a cyborg?
I have some mechanical parts inside of me.
Of course he does.
Like what? You can't just drop lore like this.
Wait, yeah.
My knees.
When?
My knees.
Look at that knee.
Have,
Chad, that's oh man, that's a good place to stop it. His leg is so skinny. Look at that knee. That's the titanium knee. Does anyone remember that from the Fairly Odd Parents? You strap a coat of gold armor on this guy, and he's the villain. You know, we always joke about the Injustice League of lolcows. You know, I think we found another one. I just didn't know it would come from the Fairly Odd Parents. You know, I figured we could all make parallels from the DC universe, but you know, whatever. I'll take what I can get. Dude, bro, if he's even got the mustache, he's even got the mustache to fit it.
Everybody's kneecap does that. Sometimes.
Sit down.
You know what? It even goes up and down.
Herobrine, I fear that's called a kneecap.
No, I had to get a rounded hinge put in my knee.
Lucidity just asked, Herobrine, how much can I pay you to fistfight God if we were both in the same room?
You wouldn't have to pay me. I would just duke it up.
Whoa, this guy had major confidence.
And then
God,
Clover Frog said, can you punch through metal?
I have.
He's punched through metal before. This guy right here, stronger than any UFC champion in the world. Thank goodness he doesn't try. This is like the anime character who never puts any effort, but could be the strongest in the world. Because Herobrine1, he's a gold mine. He is an absolute gold mine of content.
God
See you later,
damn.
Purple.
This guy
broke my
punches metal
hand.
for fun.
He punches metal for fun, guys.
If I went full
Brad
force,
said Gwen sounded
my hand
bad.
would be broken, but we'll go through a car door.
Real.
If I went full force, I hold back on a lot on purpose. I broke bulletproof glass this thick
Damn.
just by punching it.
Damn, boy.
My brother was standing on the other side. He locked me out of the house, so I just went bang.
Be right back, guys.
I was like, I can't believe I shattered it. The thing got shot multiple times.
Herobrine, can you comment on this quote? I think I might get my ex-girlfriend pregnant.
Oh, that was about heart.
You wanted to get her pregnant?
Mm-hmm.
Someone else asked, are you more of an alpha or...
I'm gonna switch. I don't know that number.
Was it some random number?
Oh,
my
it's from
knee.
Madison, Indiana.
But yeah,
My
what's your
spirit
spirit animal?
animal?
Yeah.
It's actually a dragon.
Uh-huh.
Does it
Black and white
count?
dragon.
An animal that's on planet Earth right now, like something normal.
Dragons did exist. The humans wiped them out.
Something alive. So
Well, there are still dragons. You guys just call them Komodo dragons nowadays.
Herobrine, Lucidity had asked you, did you really open portals to hell in the White House when they threatened to ban TikTok?
Yeah, they actually closed a lot of them.
Damn.
Like, dang, they actually have a. I
Is that
got
what
several
Necronomicon
reports
was?
from. I got several reports from undead creatures that. They were closing the portals right in front of them.
Good
And
damn.
when you close the portal, everything goes back. The way they were doing it.
Herobrine, Manny asked you, have you ever fought a dragon before?
3.
And if so, okay, yeah, 3 dragons.
3
Herobrine,
dragons.
is it true that you broke...
3 dragons you've smited, Herobrine1. You know, the same guy who is afraid of ghouls and ghosts, but has smited 3 dragons. All I can think back to is The Witcher 2, when it's like, there's no man in the world who's ever killed a dragon, and then we got Herobrine1 over here, just fresh out of the porta potty. You got his sword stained with blood, and as you look upon him, you're like, My god, if that's the greatest man in the world, I don't want to be here anymore. And then you figure out this is just a little Nicky, a reincarnation, a devil's son to come back to show the world the true man that they could be. And then he goes into his cave never to return, only to emerge thousands of years later as Herobrine1, the bronze kneecap.
Is it true that you broke the speed of sound by snapping your fingers?
Who said that?
Muff Daddy.
No, I still have to play by some of the rules of physics.
I like how that's the one he backs down from, like, you do really think I could just break the sound barrier by snapping my fingers? Are you guys ridiculous here? Like, what do you think this is? Like a game I'm playing? No, I really have a titanium kneecap, I can really punch through metal, and I'm also the reincarnation of the devil's son. But to snap and break the sound barrier? Get the hell out of here. Go read a book or something. You guys are clueless.
Physics, otherwise I'll shatter the body completely.
Literally, dude.
If I went...
Wait, Herobrine, you had said there was a Necronomicon underneath the White House before, like, last year.
Yeah, oh, they can't do it, guys.
So where have they moved to? You said they moved.
He would have punched through metal, but he was in a wooden structure. And, you know, just like the original Green Lantern, he's powerless to wood. And exactly like Cyrax is to Security Jake, they have similar kryptonites.
Because you said it was under the White House like a year ago, and now you said it's no longer there.
He's doing the 1,000-yard stare.
That's the 4 red stare. Me when I drink tap water.
It's the red 50.
Lucifer's coming out.
Wait, I'm scared. No, stop. I'm actually scared. Please tell me that's not Lucifer.
I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. I've got goosebumps.
I'm actually scared right now. Holy.
What the hell is going on? I'm worried. What the hell?
Stop this madness.
Stop it.
Why is it in some random guy's basement?
Some random guy's basement. The Necronomicon?
Last time I asked him about it, he said that he forgot about them.
What?
Yeah, I haven't looked in a long time.
I'm guessing
Apparently it's in some random guy's basement from the government.
You just had all the demons coming inside of you at once, I guess.
Is it Tim Walls? Be honest.
It's in a room locked behind an iron steel door that has a red light glowing on it.
Oh, damn. Lucidity just asked, what does it feel?
Yeah, so he just jumps into different personalities all of a sudden. This is very Tibbs TV-like, where all of a sudden he doesn't want to be in his current reality, and it's probably because he got caught up because, oh man, I can't, like, snap my fingers and break the sonic boom. Well, I can't be Herobrine1 anymore. This is far too embarrassing. These guys talking to me, they've caught me in a lie. I've been scheming this entire time. I must become the guy who visits my father every night and the man who steals my mom's vodka out of the freezer. Because when she catches me, I ain't taking the heat for that. Could you imagine being a 35-year-old man talking to like 20, 21-year-olds and this is what you're doing all day? Like, yeah, I can punch through metal. Can't snap through the sound barrier. Ridiculous. You guys are foolish. And I can also transition my personality from person to person. I'm a spectacle, you know, you guys should be lucky you found me. What the fuck?
Lucidity just asked, what does it feel like to return to your body after you've been away? Is it like a sleepy feeling? or pins and
My
needles,
gosh,
or something
your body
else?
feels heavy, it feels stiff, you have tingling feeling all over your body, you feel cloudy, and it's like you can't really think at first. And then you can feel your heartbeat starting up again. It's just like do 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 do.
Oh damn! So it's like an outer body
You can feel the blood
experience.
moving through your body, and then all your joints and stuff start hurting up at one time, and then you like spaz back to life.
It scared me.
Honestly, I couldn't do that. I think I'd like start crying.
I stuck my hand inside of a cup. I'm afraid. I'm extremely afraid to touch dead bodies with my right hand because I reached in a coffin. The guy came back to life. I just.
Herobrine1 is also a miracle worker. He is your white mage in the Final Fantasy game. He's the weirdo you find in the middle of the map and you're like, I guess I'll use him because they can heal me. You know, honestly, in Final Fantasy, it's normally like a girl or something that's the white mage. But in this scenario, well, old creepy white mage that's Herobrine1, he can just touch people and bring them back to life. This guy is a godsend. Like, why does he think he's a devil spawn? Like, this guy is a miracle over here. Why does he not work in a morgue? There would be so many people in the world who would be thankful for his gifts. But he just chose to be a TikTok content creator? This guy really is the devil's son. Imagine that. Having gifts like this and you just choose to do TikTok all day and barely that at all, and the rest of that you don't even work at all? Herobrine1, man, you're a grimy individual. You are definitely sent straight from hell.
Patted his chest and he came back to life.
I bet that sucked for the family because funerals are expensive.
Yeah. And I don't like you shaking my left hand because it causes me to steal your soul in your death.
Oh, you sucked the soul straight out of them?
Yeah, I once touched a tree and it died.
Stop.
I mean, its leaves turned solid black and everything, and it went up from my hand. It would turn black from my hand when I was using the toilet in the dark. And then the leaves started falling off of the tree. I'm like, I just let go of it. I was like,
God damn.
I told my
What
mom.
a poor soul. What a poor soul. He was like the one person in the world who decided that, like, this guy, he feels so sorry for him. He's going to show him some respect and try to shake his hand. And he goes out to reach, and Herobrine1, you know, he knows his right hand will bring him back to life. But what will happen if you touch a live man with the arm that'll bring you to life? He doesn't know, and he's not willing to risk it. So he accidentally reaches out with his left hand and just drains the soul right from the man. Wonder what video game he was playing just beforehand that made him think all this nonsense.
Do you have a PhD?
Not a legal one.
Okay, and then Smurgle Durgle asked, have you ever considered writing a book?
I have. I've written 3.
Oh, damn. Manny had asked you, do you frequently travel through the multiverse similar to the fiction character Rick Sanchez?
Rick? Well, he uses a portal gun. I don't really need to use a portal gun.
Do you just use your mind?
The mathematics is for
Prototype,
his
that's it, Mythic.
portal gun is actually very possible. It's just very impractical, and it's not really feasible with your guys' universe. If you just vibrate your molecules enough, you can actually slip between the boundaries
No, here we go again.
universes.
Molecule bullshit.
So, you're telling me the way to travel through time is to vibrate?
If you vibrate your molecular structure like this at
I'm about to
first,
buy
and then you go
8,000
like
Rose
this,
toys.
and then you go like
Stop.
this.
We almost lost him there, guys. We almost lost him there. He almost transitioned into a different reality with those fast moves. You know, we've watched Herobrine1 drop a water bottle and grab it multiple times in a row and think it's the most impressive thing in the world. And man, I'm telling you guys, he was moving at a fast pace, and I think he topped himself there. I thought he was like playing a video game like Prototype or Infamous, as someone mentioned in the comment section. But you know, actually, the dude was just watching The Flash, and maybe, you know, learning a little bit from Chris Chan, because what is the chances, guys, that 2 lolcows with a susceptible mind enjoyed Rick and Morty so much they both indulge in the fantasy of transitioning from reality to reality? You know, I'm gonna say not likely at all, like not a chance. So, that only confirms the dimensional merge is real. You know, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know when it's going to happen, but as Chris said, after 2022, it's any day now. Did it just happen now? It didn't, but it could have. You know, you gotta watch yourself, guys.
This does not even deserve a captain's log introduction, because this is dead serious.
Any second you could be sitting here, all of a sudden you're next to Batman or somebody. But would you get that lucky? We'd probably end up next to the Joker or something, one of the Sonic Chews.
In that pattern, you vibrate it back and forth, and then you vibrate it up and down, and then while going like this direction, you just do all that vibrating at the same time, and then you cause an electromagnetic force around it that's moving at supersonic
speed. There
and
we go.
then you want to just, it's actually easier outside of the time-space continuum.
Can you calculate the gravitational quantum force of Newton's stars into the universe?
Which Newton star?
All of them, literally.
They don't have numbers on Earth for that? It'd be like,
This may be young Sheldon. Uh-oh, something's happening. I always get scared.
infinitely expanding, that number will constantly keep growing too.
Oh damn! So it just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So the number got like a.
But with current space, that's the current number.
Okay, Lucidity asks, do you
what
think
you
it's
guys
possible?
don't know is the Big Bang.
No.
Because we are right here, right now, the Big Bang is still currently happening as space is expanding.
You're telling me the universe is still expanding?
Are you kidding me?
Still
You're very
expanding. The Big
Are you
Bang.
telling me 5th grade science is real, Herobrine1? You gotta be out of your mind. I thought you was just over here breaking the sound breaking the sound barrier, moving so fast his molecules can shift dimensions, but he can't snap his finger fast enough to break the sound barrier. I'm not sure how that works, but I watched season 1 of The Flash, and I'm pretty sure one, the sound barrier breaking came before the other, but I could just be mistaken.